Orders. So I have three Flatface G16s, and to me, these are some of the best boards that I've ever owned. I'm going to go into all of them and what I really like about all of them and how some of them are different, but why I think the G16s is one of the best fingerboards ever made for beginners all the way up to pros. So let's get right into the video. So to start out, I first got my first G16, which is this board from an eBay trade. So this came with some other stuff, but this is a Flatface G16 and I have put Black River trucks on it. I think this actually came with that when I got the board. And I have put these pyro wheels, which I'll show you guys a close-up of what that looks like now. So the pyro wheels have this really cool PlayStation look, and I really do like pyro wheels. My only issue is that it took a really long time for them to come in the mail. There was this really nice kind of bottom finish right here, and there's also this green tint. And of course, the Black River trucks are just an essential when it comes to G16s. And this grip tape I'm probably going to replace, but this is, I believe, from Amazon. So something that I really love about this board in particular is how it pops compared to a lot of different boards, even like, let's say, a Black River board. I also have a AA fingerboard as well. Shout out to them. But the pop is just very different than a lot of other boards. It's so much easier. It's a lot smoother. I think Mike Schneider has been in the game for a long time. I think he's just found a way to really make a solid pop. Just if you look at the shape of the board, has that really flatness to it, and then you get that great pop. But the weight is incredible. Definitely feels super, super well made, especially with the plies. So this is up there, if not my favorite board, definitely my top two, top three. So I really love this G16. Now, the next board that I got after that one is actually a G15. I know I just said G16s, but this is actually a G15. And talking about this, it's very similar, but there are some differences that I've noticed. So this G15 has this beautiful polish on the bottom and has this kind of leopard print, which I've shown in previous videos. And then also I have these Wasaki wheels. Shout out to Wasaki, really great brand in Wisconsin. And I believe these trucks are from P-Rep, something like that. They're nothing crazy. And it also has this green print as well. But the G15 is interesting because I think the G16 has an easier pop, but something about the G15 just has a very different feel to it. I don't know how to really explain it. I'll try to move my camera down. So the pop is very similar to a G16, but it's interesting. I feel like I really enjoy the G15 and I enjoy the G16s, but there's a difference to it. I don't really know how to explain it, but there is a difference in the pop. I do think the G16 has a better pop overall, but the G15 is awesome and very, very close shapes. I believe Mike Schneider just said there were just some little tweaks that he wanted to add between the boards, but you can't go wrong with that lineup. Now the last G series that I got, this was actually sent to me by Mike Schneider himself. We reached out on Instagram. He wanted to send me some stuff for giveaways, but he said I could keep a board as well as some wheels. So this is a G16 with this beautiful blue print, also has the same on the front. I believe these are just Flatface. These might be, I think they're called dump trucks. They're from Flatface. And then these are also G4 wheels from Flatface as well, which are great. And again, this is a very similar feel to something like this other G16 because they're essentially the same board. But obviously when you change trucks, you change wheels, you are going to get a different feel. But I will say, at the end of the day, the reliability, the pop, just the feel of a G16 just feels really pro-like. So you really just cannot go wrong. I would highly recommend if you're looking for a really good quality board, what I would personally say to you, I know they can be expensive, but I think Black River, you never can go wrong with them. But I think for more of an affordable price with also getting that really high quality, reputable, and just a great board all around, I think you could pick up a G16 off of the Flatface website and also Blems. So that's something I wanted to talk about really quick. So you may be wondering, what is a Blem? So Mike Schneider on his website says that a Blem board has some kind of differences with the board. Maybe there was a little mistake during the process of making it, but it doesn't affect the ride quality. It doesn't affect the pop of the board. and they're actually a lot cheaper. So what a lot of people do typically is they will buy Blems instead of getting just the normal G16, because not only can you save on price, but also there's not really a ton of differences. Typically it just tends to be from the look of the board, maybe the paint wasn't perfect on one side, but again, you really can't go wrong. So I think that's a great thing that Mike Schneider has allowed on Flatface, is allowing people to get a really high quality board for more of an affordable price. So shout out to you, Mike Schneider. I think that's really cool that you guys do that, and you still sell Blem decks. You don't just get rid of them, because a lot of people will use them and they last super, super long. I'm not sponsored by Flatface. Mike Schneider didn't tell me to make this video. I just really like the quality of Flatface. I've always enjoyed them. By any means, I'm not a pro fingerboard person, but feeling and having these in your hand really makes you feel more like a pro fingerboarder, and the quality is just unmatched in my opinion, and the service is also really incredible. So if you've ever owned a Flatface G16, G15, a G12, I don't know how far back they go, but comment down below. That would just personally what I recommend. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and stay tuned to next video. Peace out. Bye.